Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Whatever you want to wish. So it's in the middle of the day. Thank you, everyone, for coming to my talk. Today, we're going to talk about the business process solutions with SharePoint, Power Apps, and Flow. Who am I kidding? With Power Space Apps and Power Automate. Just to be clear, SharePoint is still SharePoint. So that's why I highlighted the LOPs there, just to make sure that we're all clear about the platform name change. So I am Chakradeep. Many people know me as Chucks. I'm one of the program managers in OneDrive and SharePoint. As many of you here, I started my career with SharePoint Server 2007, being a developer building lots of WCM sites. How many of you still work in 2007? OK, you all need to go to the booth where you'll get tons of clear information about how SharePoint Online is great. Anyway, so from there, I moved to being a consultant and then moved to Microsoft in Visual Studio SharePoint Tools team. So every time you do file new SharePoint project in Visual Studio, how many of you like that? Add-in, new add-in? Yeah, so that was me. I built that. Then I moved to SharePoint team, where I worked on the SharePoint framework, first version of the SharePoint framework, with web parts and extensions. And then I moved to the SharePoint business process automation space, now where I'm working with Power Automate and the Power Platform to build awesome integrations in SharePoint. So before we go, I want to talk about the SharePoint being a key platform in Microsoft, where lots of things are happening, right? So people create sites.
Yeah, I can
the key things that are going on.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh,
I'm good.
Who's that?
Right now?
Sean, what's happening?
Okay, I'm on it. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? How you been?
Mind, I'm giving a talk.
They can wait. Hey, there's a case study that I need you to upload. I just got it from India.
From India, a case study, like right now?
Right now.
Yeah, who are we talking on the phone? Like, just tell them.
Important people, Chucks.
OK, well, let me see. Number 8. I was just going to tell them how awesome SharePoint was.
We can do that after case study.
Sure. You guys like Sean? Do you guys know Sean?
I'll always accept applause.
OK, so what am I supposed to do? I have 3 slides. Oh, you don't have my presentation here.
It's
okay, how nice of you.
I'm here for you. It's the Chevron one. If you could upload that one, that'd be great.
OK. So I'm going to put it here.
I should have mentioned, it's in Hindi.
Oh, it's in Hindi.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to tag it, Aryan?
You want me to auto-tag it?
That would be nice.
OK, well, let's see what it does. I just uploaded.
Is it going to be able to handle it?
Are you doubting my skills?
I would never.
No? Are you sure?
Let me think about it.
I have all these people here.
I can come back.
Hang on. It's still doing something. So now that you hijacked my presentation, can you talk about what you do?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name's Sean Bugler. I'm a cloud architect with the Bay Area Metropolitan Transportation Commission. We're a government agency based in the San Francisco Bay Area to help coordinate the transportation planning of the 9 counties of the Bay Area. We're a big believer in SharePoint, Power Apps, and now Power Automate. We're really excited about a lot of the announcements you guys have made just in this past week. We're really big believers in the idea that putting these kinds of tools in the hands of people who otherwise have challenges collaborating or getting work done, giving them the ability to solve their own problems on a day-to-day basis, changing the way that they work and the way that people around them work.
Awesome. So you're already onboarded with all of the digitization tools that you can talk about and have your hands on.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Oh, look at that. That just changed.
What?
That just changed. Look, the language, Hindi.
Hey.
It is new. I even picked up the account manager.
That seems
I even picked up the approver.
Whoa.
And look at the industry. It's already tagged to energy.
That's incredible.
I didn't do anything. You saw me, right?
I know. We were just talking about how great government is.
Well, that's awesome. Governments are great.
Governments are great.
Exactly, especially the one that you're working for.
Especially them.
So That worked?
Yeah, that's great.
Excellent.
Right on.
So I'm going to give you back this USB disk.
You eject?
Well, that's what people do.
How responsible.
But I use the power.
Ah, the power of eject.
Exactly. I just don't want to corrupt this disk because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this disk to you.
This Microsoft Search brand.
Yeah, for hijacking my
USB.
presentation.
Huh? Thanks, Shocks. Or should I say, thanks, Bill Bear.
You can go sit in the audience now. Thank you, Sean. So that was a cool demo to get into our talk today. If I find the right number 5. So with file share, collaboration, and teamwork, SharePoint becomes the center of stage for the things that happens in your business, along with every other app in the M365 ecosystem. And it integrates very well, whether it be the security and compliance and governance that you're looking for to drive across your organization, or automating your business processes using the several pieces in SharePoint, especially with lists and libraries. So business process solutions in SharePoint really starts with SharePoint lists and libraries because we see them a natural way to extend and build your business process, right? So you can build structured data, you can track, organize, and have collaboration going on with lists and libraries. Now you can also integrate them with powerful solutions, whether it being through custom solutions or whether it being through low-code platform that we have with Power Automate and Power Apps, also with analyzing data that goes through Power BI, which is again the same Power Platform. So it's all about empowering business processes, right? So you're going to get SharePoint as a platform and as an app in Microsoft 365 ecosystem is going to give you that native efficiency where from the start, you're going to be productive, whether it's creating a new list or whether it's entering data or even organizing and filtering the data, right? And then you have the simple customization available to end users. Now, you want to represent some information in the way you like, whether it's a column that you want to represent in a different way than you see what SharePoint gives you in the list. Or you want to just change the view and have it something really simple, but driving towards that end user productivity. So you're going to have that ways to have lists the best way to organize data and represent to your team. And finally, we also have the ability to build integrated solutions. It spans across different ecosystems of platforms, whether it be third-party or whether including within the own Microsoft ecosystem, whether it's using the low-code platform or the developer platform, SharePoint Framework, or the Power Platform to do all this stuff. So that's kind of the three variants that we see in the product, going from giving you the native efficiency for getting started with lists and entering data and organizing them, and then going to simple customization where information workers or power users can go and customize the list the way they want for their organization, for the department. And finally, you have these power users that can use the tools available to them, especially through Power Platform, to build awesome business processes and solutions on top of these list data. So native efficiency. We have done a ton of improvements since SharePoint Conference. We have had a new list from list user experience where you can not only create a new generic list, but also create a list from an existing list. We also showed the demo of creating a list from Excel file. So if you have some bunch of tables in your worksheet, you would be able to import that and create a list out of that. And you can also define the column types. So similarly, you can also take these lists that you create. If you have a developer, you can actually export them to site scripts and site designs and deploy them to various sites or different tenants. And we also have powerful Teams integration. If you go to Teams, you can add the list as a tab and get the same experience you get in your site in the Teams. We are also doing a ton of improvements to Quick Edit. You've already seen it's modernized. You should have it in your tenant today. We are improving that experience with several column types and whatnot to make that experience much better, along with giving you the opportunity to take that list and embed in a page. And there are also going to be so many updates coming there. So for all of those details, here in this room, 2 o'clock, we have a talk, SharePoint updates for teamwork, sites, pages, lists, and libraries. Lincoln is giving a talk along with Olga and Mark Cashman. You should be able to get a lot of updates from that session on what's going on with the native efficiency piece with lists and libraries in SharePoint. So simple customization. This is where our session starts. It gets interesting. I have data. I want to organize it. I want to present it in a way that I like. So we really started the platform with giving the developers or even people that are familiar or okay with JSON to write JSON code to format columns and views. So that had tremendous success. We had several customers doing awesome stuff. We also have GitHub repository, thanks to Vesa's SharePoint PNP project and community. We have lots of samples showcasing the different formatting you can use on a column and a view. So we learned a lot, and we have introduced a lot of updates for end users to be able to do through the UX and not through JSON. So we have lots of updates that I'm going to show you today and talk about that with rich rule builder and rich text capabilities to format even more. And we have heard loud and clear the feedback for simple form customization scenarios. Some of you don't want to go to Power Apps. Power Apps is very powerful. So sometimes it's overwhelming for some users to go to Power Apps and do that powerful things. We went and talked to several customers, and we have a story around how simple forms customization can play really well for information workers. So you can do simple things. Now, those simple things, yeah, we can define what those simple things are. But at least for a start, we're going to have the ability to reorder the fields in list form, show and hide the fields you want in the list form, as well as very soon you will see the ability to conditional show hide. So you can specify the condition like Excel formulas, and you can hide and show the fields based on that. So I'm going to jump into the demo to show you what are the different customizations I have on lists and libraries. There you go. That's my list. How awesome it is. I like this, right? It's no longer, there is some information to it, some colors that represent some conditions on how they are, right? Previously, if you had to do this sort of list, you had to do a lot of JSON to put into this list to make this look this way. So we have several updates now. For example, let me look at the date. I have different colors, so that should mean something, right? So now if I click the review date and then go to column settings and format this column, I get conditional formatting. But notice I also have manage rules. So now I can easily create rules and specify the formatting for each of that rule to apply to that column. So now I can say, here is a rule that I created. If you click here, it says that if review date is before such and such date, well, here is my formatting, right? Today you get all these colors, pretty neat, but I want more. I want more power to the things I can do. So now we have the option of more styles. If you click more styles, you're going to get more options. You're able to specify the font size, the font bold, italics, and even the font color. And you're also going to get some inbuilt icons that you can actually put in here. So you can see I have applied the date icon. I can also have the icon alignment. Which side do I want, left or right? And finally, I can also have the ability to put borders around, right? So I can have this, or I don't want any border. So we are giving more power to information workers to customize these types so that they don't want to just stay with what a column really looks like, but put some formatting so they can send some message to users. Similarly, you can see here I've done the same for project status. When you format the column, it's fill background color. Now I'm not using conditions, but I'm just using the template called fill the background color. But I get the same ability to format. So if project status is new, because this is a choice column, I already get the value of the different choices I have there, and it's able to help me configure right away without needing to build a rule. So now you can see here, I can click this, I can choose the color, or I can go into more styles. I can apply an icon and the same functions. So this way, it's really, really simple now with more options for you to build with rule updates, with managing the rules for the conditions, as well as applying rich text capabilities. How many of you like it? Yep. So that's my list. Now, one thing I'm going to show you here is that now if you open the form, on the top we have edit form. Previously it was only Power Apps. So now we have the ability for users to show hide columns. So if I click the show hide columns, I'm going to get this similar user experience that is very familiar when you go and hide or show the columns in the view. So now I can actually move this columns around. So I can bring owner here, project status up, maybe review date also up, right? So now that basically changes the order in my form. There you go. So you don't have to go to Power Apps for the simple stuff. We can actually do it here so that you get the benefit across the board. Now, if I want some conditions, right? So let me show you an example. So here you can see the effort days is in the form, right? Now I'm going to go to this form, and it's going to open the form. And you can see I don't see the effort days, right? Because I have a condition set to that column. If you go to the same show hide columns, here I have the ability to show hide condition. So here I've said, if the project status is new, show that column. If the project status is not new, don't show the column. These are all Excel expressions. These are not new. These are just the same expressions somebody would use in Excel. And with that, you can simply do the simple basic things that you want to configure for the columns to show hide based on condition, based on their values that you have in the other columns. How many of you want this today? Yeah. So one of the things we will focus on is how do we continue this into Power Apps, right? So once you have this here, and now you say, I want to go customize with Power Apps, today it doesn't bring that over, but we are working to make sure that continuum exists. So if you had configured something here in this form, and then you go to Power Apps, we bring the same show hide, so you don't have the, suddenly those fields doesn't show up, right? You want to keep that continuum there. So we'll absolutely work on bringing these simple customizations forward to Power Apps as well, so there's a consistent experience, whether you're an information worker, and suddenly you want to do Power Apps, right? So you should be able to take that forward. So that's the demo with the simple customization. You good so far? Yeah? So integrated solutions. Now this is where you go beyond what you can do with SharePoint and list what they offer and integrate with a number of things that your business process depends on. Maybe it's governance, maybe it's complaints, maybe it's another data source that you want to go figure out what you need to do. So it really starts with, we have seen users start with Microsoft Forms. That's a simple thing. People talk about, I have an event coming up, I want to collect some data, or I want to collect who are attending the event, so I just want to collect the survey. So they start there. It's really, really simple. How many of you use Forms, Microsoft Forms? Excellent. It's really simple, helps everyone to be productive really soon. But then there's some few quirks, right? So you want to do like, hey, we hear things like, I want to now take it to a list, or I want I don't have a date column, I don't have this in Microsoft Forms, I want to go deeper. Now that's when we think Power Apps comes into play, right? So Power Apps is still easier. If you just spend a few hours, you would get to very familiar with the platform, and it gives you much robust controls like date column, date type, and rich text and whatnot that you can simply put it in an app, send the app across your organization, and collect data. Well, the data is collected, but it needs to happen. You need to do something with the data. That's where the Power Automate sits in between them, or sits, ability to go across the platform to be connected with these data sources, so that if somebody submits a survey from Power App or Forms, you can trigger a Microsoft Flow, and Microsoft Flow can actually go do the things it's supposed to do, send an email, or go and put that entry in a SharePoint list, or go and put that entry in a different SQL server that you have that needs to do something. You see, I still said Microsoft Flow, so I'm still getting used to that. So that's where we see SharePoint comes into play, and how SharePoint experiences can be integrated into the Power Platform, giving users the flexibility and rich capabilities of those business applications into your, when you build your business apps. So Power Platform. Power Platform is basically integrated into all of our products. It really has the ability to build business applications at scale, whether be it standalone apps with Power Apps, and then having the orchestration and automation with Power Automate, and finally giving you the insights and analytics by connecting to Power BI platform. Dynamics 365, Office 365 are integrated into the platform from day one. So we have, for SharePoint, it's been 4 years now we have been integrated into it. So we have done a ton of changes and improvements to that as well. And not only that, Power Platform gives you the ability to connect to common data service, which allows you to build your own entities, business entities for Power users. You don't have to go to Azure SQL. You don't have to go to your SQL Server. There is a common data service provides that opportunity for you to create entities, have rules and whatnot, and build apps on top of that. So it's very powerful when you go and think about, hey, I just want to build a business app that talks to multiple things, but I also want to store my own data in a data set. And there are lots of data connectors available, whether it's Microsoft or third-party connectors that you can go look at. And obviously, everything is powered by Microsoft Azure. So SharePoint, as I said before, has a lot of integrations. I'm going to go through the Power Automate integrations quickly. So we have several out-of-the-box features today that is powered by Power Platform. If you go to a SharePoint list or a library, you will see these features. You can create a personal reminder for a date column. If you have a date column, if you go to Automate menu, you'll see set a reminder option. So it's a very quick way to say, hey, something is coming up, remind me 5 days in advance, right? So you can create those reminders. Request sign-off is no setup required approval flow. It does not use the content approval, but keeps it really simple and is available for everybody to quickly request approvals or sign off on a specific file or a list item that you have in a list or library. Content approvals, it's not integrated into the UX, but that's one of the biggest approval scenarios in a lot of organizations where it is governed by a document lifecycle, right? So there is new, draft, pending, and then approved, rejected lifecycle status. We integrate it very well with Flow. That's how we have not only document approvals, we also have page approvals using that technology. And page approvals is fully integrated into SharePoint. That's probably the best experience we have shipped in showing the power of how these two platforms work together. How many of you use page approvals? Okay, few of you use, good. And finally, Hub Join approvals. It's in targeted release. I know we have been talking about this for long, but finally it is in targeted release this week. So if you have a first release tenant or targeted release, you can go check out the Hub Join approvals. How many of you use Hub sites? A lot, great. So Hub Join approvals is going to simplify the process for site owners to have an approval flow. So if somebody joins a hub, they no longer can be able to join when you enable approvals. They will go through a request, and that request will go to the hub owners, and hub owners will have to approve that request to allow that site to be associated. So we got a lot of feedback around this feature needing the ability. So you can now take away the scope from a tenant administrator and then put the scope on the hub site owners to maintain this hub site in who's allowed and not allowed to be associated with the site. Of course, if those things are not, if you need more than those things available here, we have the ability to create our own flow and integrate into the list and libraries that you have in your SharePoint. And we have tons of templates available to start that. So when you think about where do I start with the Power Automate platform, it starts with the SharePoint connector. The connector gives you all the necessary actions and triggers that is integrated with SharePoint list and libraries. In fact, I counted this just this week. We have 46 actions and 10 triggers. One of the top triggers one of the top connectors in the Microsoft Power Automate platform. So it's been used by many. We have got tons and tons of feedback. We listen into the Flow Ideas forum. We look at it. You can see me replying to many of those ideas as well. So we are making improvements every quarter on this connector to ensure that it gives a consistent experience for you guys. And of course, there are lots of templates that we also publish in the Flow website that uses these connectors. And I want to just spend a little time around the things that we have released so far since SharePoint Conference, that is May 2019. Yes, this is a time we announce a lot of things, but I think we have done a ton of work since May that has actually helped a lot of customers to go and integrate into these solutions, unblocked for many business scenarios. So we have document management actions, check-in, check-out file, discard checkout. So that was one of the top asks in the Flow Ideas Forum. We have access management actions, granting access to a list item or a file. There's a slight bug there. That's not reset access. That's probably stop sharing. So that's a slight bug. But you can assign permissions to and remove permissions. Now, one of the things I usually get is, hey, what about SharePoint groups and permission levels? Unfortunately, these things support the group permissions so that they can actually flow across the M365 platform. So right now, the actions only support read, write, and read, edit, and view permissions that is mapped with the Office 365 group permissions. And SharePoint permissions are, if you don't have a site connected to SharePoint, you'll still see those three things, but you won't be able to bring in your custom group or custom permission level that has been assigned to a group. So that won't work with these management actions, but we are listening to feedback, and we want to know several scenarios in that space. Request sign-off, we did a ton of reliability fixes. We had a long thread in the tech community forum in the SharePoint, and we learned a ton, and we have fixed all of those bugs, and we are still working on a few of the improvements to the user experience to request sign-off. The content approval status initially was not flowing through the connector. Now they are available along with the new sensitivity label. If you want to assign some sensitivity on a document, they will flow through the connector as well and be available in your Flow and Power Apps. Guest access. So we finally have guest access for B2B users. Many people have mergers and acquisitions, mergers, and sometimes the two companies have their license, and when you invite the user into the, let's say Contoso invites AdventureWorks, and AdventureWorks already has a license, and you come and access any flows or Power Apps in your Contoso tenant, it'll use the license you already have. So that is enabled today, so if you go and try it out, it'll work with flows. We did updates to conditional access and delegated authorization. So those also now work properly with Flow in your SharePoint site. There's maker improvements in the Flow portal. Copy-paste action is finally available. So you don't have to keep adding stuff. If you have a thing that you want to put in 10 places in your Flow, you can do that with copy-paste actions. Custom responses and approvals. You no longer have to just have approve, reject. You can have your own text. You can have how many other options you want to add. Previously, it was premium. It's no longer a premium. You can use it with your Office 365 license that you have in your Flow. It's a very, very powerful thing, custom responses. So I want to quickly go into Power Apps. Power Apps integration, we have basically, it starts with the customizing the list and library forms, and then the ability to build standalone apps, and we also have the Power Apps web part. If you have a standalone app that you want to put it in your site, you can embed that app in your site with the page. So those are the three key integrations we have with the Power Apps platform. So spending a little time there, we did a ton of improvements. We finally have the delegation for choice, lookup, and person column. How many of you are happy about that? Yep, many people, I think, have been one of the top user voice requests and ideas forum. So we finally have it. We're also working on date time this year. Custom forms guest access support is also available. So if you are inviting a guest, similar to Flow, you'll be able to use that here with custom forms. And we did a ton of improvements to performance, so the custom forms loads much quicker in your list and libraries. There is a lot of maker improvements happening to the Power Apps Studio. There is improvements to how easily you can connect your gallery to a data source, and the fields experience, how easy it is now to move, and there's a fields pane that is much more, I would say, user-friendly now. And there's also context menu that if you right-click, you get more options to format text or realign and move things back and forth between groups and whatnot. So there's going to be a lot more coming across the board in Q1 timeframe. So I'm going to quickly go to the demo that we saw. Thanks to Sean for hijacking my presentation there earlier. So if you remember the demo, I got a case study from Sean, and then I uploaded the case study here in my document library, and then all of the metadata got tagged automatically, right? I did not tag any of the metadata in my computer. Here it is. So the chevron was the one that we saw. So if you look at the flow, I have the flow here. It's a really simple flow. So I have the trigger when the file is created or modified, right? And I have the library, and then I have set for the entire library. And then I'm getting the file content. This file content today is binary. We don't have an action in Microsoft SharePoint connector or Word connector to get the contents in text file, right? So what I'm doing here is I have a third-party connector, which is from CloudMersive, that I'm able to use it right away by creating a separate account and then using that connector to convert the document to text. Now, this is where Power Platform is very effective, right? It gives you not only to the Microsoft connectors, it also has tons of approved connectors from ISVs and partner ecosystem that you can use in your flows. So you're not just limited to the ones that Microsoft gives you. There's abundance availability of connectors and scenarios that you can go look at. So that's it. That's pretty much one step I did. And then I get a text sample so that, hey, sometimes my file sizes could be huge and text content could be huge. So I'm just getting a sample text by splitting with whatever logic I have here, which is like I'm getting the first element when I split using a period in the sentence. So then what I did was I went to Azure Text Analytics. So if you go to Azure portal, there is Microsoft Azure Text Analytics that basically all it does is, I don't think I have it here. Anyway, if you log in, you should be able to see the text analytics. It helps you to analyze certain things on the text. It can analyze sentiments, or it can also detect the language of the doc or the text that you send. So using that service, I'm using the Azure Text Analytics action here. And then sending the output of the text to Azure. Azure infers the language, and I get the language. I'm passing the JSON because it can detect more than one language. So if you have Hindi and French in your text, it will detect that and send you both. So in this case, I'm just simplifying it to say, hey, just get me the first of the languages array that I returned in the JSON. And then I'm getting the items from another list called regions, because I want to know who the approver is based on the region, because it's Hindi. So I want to get the region for the Hindi language and then get the approver. But one thing I'm doing here, if you can see here, I'm also filtering the items that I want to return in the get items action. So I'm writing a query that says language, which is my field name, equals the language that I just got from Azure. So now I'm not getting all the items from that list. I'm only getting the items that satisfy that condition. And after that, I can have two items. In this case, I'll have one, but I'm just going to make it simpler to say apply to each. It's going to be an array. And then I'm going to update the file properties of that new file that I just uploaded and fill in the metadata values accordingly, whatever I got here. So that's how I automate all of the metadata through a flow that I can go reach out to Azure Cognitive Services, specifically the text analytics service, to infer the language, get the language. From the language, and now I know I can get the region and the approver. So now then I have the approver. I go and do it I'll update the file properties. One more thing you saw was industry, right? So there was a format that every case study was using. Energy_Chevron, nonprofits _American Red Cross, right? So you can see that the first thing that it starts with is industry name. Many organizations have some process around it. So I'm just using that process to get my industry name by using the same split function to say that, hey, take the name and then split it by the underscore, and then get the first element that's going to be my industry. And then that I updated here in my file properties. So that's pretty much the flow. It's not big at all. It's pretty simple with some 10 to 12 steps, as long as you can go configure the Azure Text Analytics and then come back here. You don't need any models in Azure Text Analytics. It's pretty straightforward. You can just send the text, and it'll come back with the language. So that's how the demo worked initially in the start of my session. So I'm going to switch. So all of those case studies I have here, they're not made up. They're available for everybody to go and look at how these organizations transformed their business process and modernized with the Power Platform. So if you go to the powerapps.microsoft.com and customer stories, the link at the bottom, you should be able to get the case studies for all of the things you saw in my demo here as well, including Chevron. So what I showed you was really simple. I created a text analytics account. I got the text. I sent it to Azure. I got it. But there could be many things in the document. There could be many, I used a case study. You could even be using forms and whatnot within documents. So you want to infer the content and get many things out of it, and you might probably want to fill the metadata. So we announced Project Cortex this week at Ignite. It's a new announcement from SharePoint. It is powered by SharePoint. So that will give you the next level of where you can take the simple demo to be a much more AI-driven and knowledge-driven demos. So there was a talk yesterday from Naomi and Chris. I forgot to put the slide here. But if you search for Naomi Moneypenny or Chris McNulty, you should get the talk around Project Cortex. I highly recommend to go and watch that session if you haven't, to get the idea of how we can take the simple demo to a much larger concrete demo that can help across, not only this library, but even across the whole libraries that you have and files you have in your organization. So the next topic, this is where everybody gets, the hall goes silent. The future is now. How many of you use InfoPath and SharePoint Designer workflows? Excellent. See, I told you. This is the time to transition off of workflow and InfoPath. We have been talking this since we announced on 2016, but the landscape is pretty clear and the approach is pretty clear. InfoPath and SharePoint Designer, Access Web Apps, they're all going to go away soon, and Power Apps and Flow is the successor of those tools. So this is the right time. The platform is getting a lot of momentum. You're seeing a lot of updates coming to us from whether it's SharePoint or other M365 services. And it's a great time to get upskilled into these tools if you haven't started that, and looking at how you can move your organizations to the new tools. I know that's hard. So that's why I'm proud to announce that we have the ability to scan workflows and InfoPath in your organization in the SharePoint Modernization Scanner tool. So if you download the tool today, it's a SharePoint PnP open source tool. The link is up there. If you go to AKMS/SP-modernization scanner, it'll give you the tool. You can run the tool in your organization, scan all the workflows. It gives you a detailed analysis. I'll show you the file quickly. And also, it gives you an upgradability score for your workflows. How many of those workflows can actually be converted to Microsoft Flow? So we got this from talking to a lot of enterprises where they were like, Microsoft, great. I can move to Power Apps and Flow, but I don't know what's happening in my tenant. I don't know who's using these. I don't know how many of them are active or being constantly used. When were they last used? I don't know. So we started this project with SharePoint PnP, and now the tool actually, if you go download today, has these updates included. And of course, don't forget, support for SharePoint Design InfoPath 2013 ends 7/14/2026. That's the date. So you cannot start thinking about this in 2026. It's going to be, you're going to have staged transitions. So if you start today, I think it's really helpful for you to move off of the workflow and InfoPath to Power Apps and Flow. So scan your tenant today using the modernization scanner tool. If you go talk to your tenant administrators, help them understand what the tool can do and what it can give you back with the entire detailed analysis of workflows and InfoPath. And then triage the active and inactive inventory. There's going to be a triaging process. These tools are available to everyone, so people might have built, some have left, or some is just running there because it's very old. And then finally, see the option of whether you can turn off SharePoint workflows and InfoPath in your tenant. We have talked to many customers. They have actually turned off, and we see this from time to time from big enterprises. So you're not alone. This has been going through several enterprises as well. And then finally, look at how to plan the migration and make the transition. So this would be the simple steps to look at how we can do this today or how to approach this today. Of course, it's not simple enough. So we have a session at Ignite, modernizing InfoPath to Power Apps. So I'm going to be co-presenting with Emma Cooper from Power Apps team. And we also have Andrew Welch, who's going to give you a ton of insights around how to transition from, or what are the challenges that you could face moving from InfoPath to Power Apps. So that's on Friday, 11:45 a.m. So again, go look at those case studies. They're going to give you a ton of information of how those transitions has happened, not only from workflows and InfoPath, but even standard MS Access and things like that. So there are videos and tons of documents and case studies around that. So this is a roadmap. It's a ton. I'm going to keep it here so that you can have a read. Before that, I'm going to quickly show you the Excel file that gives you the detailed analysis of the workflow, because I think it's pretty cool. Here's the file. Here's the detailed analysis of all the workflows that I've scanned. You can see it gives me the version, it gives me the scope. It also gives me how many are upgradable to Flow. So if I click through, it's going to filter just to the workflows that are going to be upgradable to Flow. And then there's an upgradable percent, 100%. How many workflows are here? 5 workflows recommended for upgrade to Flow. Flow upgradability score 2 workflows can be 100% converted to Microsoft Flow, right? And you can see what is the definition name of that and which sites they belong to, right? And then here's the site, 2 sites. So it's a very detailed analysis. I would really recommend to go download the tool and try it out. It's going to give you a lot of information. We're going to keep making updates to this tool. So if you have any feedback, if you go to the SharePoint PNP GitHub, you should be able to submit feedback and ideas for improving the scanner tool even more with the information you're looking for. So with that, I think that's probably it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep the roadmap slide over here. Thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. Yeah. Thank you.